New York City looking a little gloomy, just a little gloomy.
Yeah.
But this time of year is tough for a lot of folks with the holidays over and the cold winter ahead. Depression, especially seasonal depression, can set in and really take a toll on our mental health.
So here to help us combat seasonal depression so we can get through the winter smiling is modern wellness expert and author of How to Win in Modern Wellness, Sam Tejada. So great to have you here.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.
We were just talking in the break. Some of us just get like in a funk, but some of us, this is like a real thing. So can you explain exactly like what seasonal affective disorder is? And I know it's known as SAD.
Yeah, which ironically, you know, SAD.
Of course.
It's like, so seasonal affective disorder, it's more than just feeling down. It's a real form of depression from reduced sunlight and then also the shorter days of light. So what ends up happening is you have not enough exposure getting red light, which has a huge benefit to your health, right? It helps actually regenerate the energy cells in your body called the mitochondrial cells that produce ATP, and then also vitamin D comes from the sun. So vitamin D3 is an actual hormone precursor that helps upregulate your hormones. It's good for your immune system. It helps regulate your mood. So you're not getting those when you're not getting sun.
Well, what are the symptoms then?
Yeah.
And like, what's the difference between what you would consider quote unquote regular depression and then seasonal depression?
Right, so some of the symptoms are gonna be trouble concentrating, right? Poor sleep, low energy levels. So, you know, the regular depression, very similar when it comes to the signs and symptoms, but this one's specific to what's happening with, you know, living in certain cities where it's very gloomy, right? And you're not getting that sun.
Yeah, this friend that I spoke about grew up in Brooklyn, and he was diagnosed with SAD, and they moved to Atlanta. And he was like, it's so different because it's so much sunnier here. And then he moved back up here, and I think he did some of the things you're going to tell us on how to prevent or combat seasonal affective disorder. So can you tell us about what are the things we can do to combat it?
So the first thing we start off with nutrition, right? Eating the right foods that are going to feed your body what it needs to prevent feeling in that depressive mode. So foods that are high on vitamin D, right? Like fatty fish, like salmon. Or certain foods that help upregulate serotonin levels, which is your happy hormone. So things like bananas, certain nuts and seeds will help with that as well too. Other things you can do is open the blinds at home. Let that sunlight come in. Me personally, I sleep with the actual blinds open, and I like to wake up to sunlight.
Yeah, those lights that are sold that say are supposed to help with your mood, do those actually work?
They do. Those are infrared, the red light therapy, which you can get them for very inexpensive. It's similar to that first sunlight that you get in the morning. And I tell people, it's like if you really want to get energized, instead of waking up and having that cup of coffee, go outside, have a glass of water during that first sunlight, be out there for about 10 to 15 minutes, and you're gonna see how good your energy levels are throughout the day. But those lights, they work fantastic.
They do work, okay.
Proper sleep, maintaining a routine also helps. Proper sleep, gosh, that's tough for a lot of folks.
A lot.
It is, and you know what? Sleep is sometimes a bit underrated. People don't value it. Sleep is where your body recovers. I'm really big into sleep. I like to follow my sleep patterns, my sleep data. I actually wear an Oura ring to be able to do that. And really during sleep is where your body recharges itself. So focusing on certain things before you sleep, like not eating too late, where now your body's focused on digesting and your heart rate's up. These are things that you want to prevent before you go to sleep.
And exercise?
Oh, exercising is, so when you exercise, your body releases endorphins, right? So endorphins is a hormone that helps relieve pain, reduce stress, and then also regulate your mood. So some people are scared of that word exercise. I typically tell people, constant movement, a consistent movement for about 20 to 30 minutes.
So like a walk even?
A walk.
Okay.
Or listen, if you live in a place that's nice and warm, if you like to garden, go garden for 20 to 30 minutes consistently and let those endorphins release themselves.
Screen time, I feel like this is a debate. Does the light that emits out of any sort of screen, does that prevent us from actually getting sleep? Because isn't it the same light as those lights that you're telling us are great to use in the morning?
So that's different. So the light that you're getting off your phone is a blue light, which that has a negative effect to your overall health.
Okay.
So the recommendation is reduce screen time about 1 to 2 hours before going to sleep. Very difficult for some people.
Yeah.
So there's certain things. Actually, I have my phone here. Let me show you this. So there is an option that you could actually put on your phone here. You hit it 3 times, 1, 2, 3, and now it's red. You see that? Puts a red filter. It actually
Was that with the new
eliminates-
update? Because I don't know if I have that.
so again, 1, 2, up. There it is, 1, 2, 3. And what it does, it eliminates that blue light, and it doesn't allow your body to get affected from that.
Oh, I gotta check
And
it
if you
out.
want to learn more about that, there's tutorials. I mean, if you reach out to me, I'll send you the
Sure,
tutorial.
sure.
But yeah.
Okay, so that is so the light, other than that fancy thing you just did, is different than the light that we would get from one of those artificial lights that we could use in the morning.
Right.
Okay. And finally, just social interaction, hanging out with people, just communicating. Does that help?
That's in the digital world that we live in. We've lost a lot of that. So
Yeah.
interacting with other
Personally,
people
face to
personally,
face.
building up those relationships, it fulfills your soul. And yes, that helps tremendously as well too. So that's a must. So make sure you go out for happy hour. Be healthy with what you do during the happy hour.
For healthy hour, right?
Healthy hour,
Exactly.
exactly.
Well, Sam, thank you so much for sharing those tips and that fancy thing you did with your phone. I got to see if that works.
Let's
we
do it.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
Make sure you pick up a copy of Sam's book, How to Win in Modern Wellness, wherever you get your book.